of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. For the first month of the season has flown by, and we are on to October. We've got a captivating matchup in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the LA Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, and here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And when you see Justin Herbert, all you think about is he's easily one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL. He can make every throw, knows how to think his way through every game, and now the regular season success needs to carry over into the postseason.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stopped that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Herbert off of play action. And shutting him off the field. They'll get it in just short of the 45 at the 44.
13 yards
on
good
the
for
play. 13 and a Charger first.
And every time you step on a field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact, but that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
On 1st down, it's Hampton. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
He was tackled at the 46
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Herbert. And his throw here is incomplete.
Intended for
he shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. That is caught. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 44-yard line.
Gain of 11.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lift their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
Down at the 42-yard line.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
That's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Again, it's Hampton. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
The tackle made back at the 47-yard line.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle 3rd of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll take it down shy of 45 at the 46.
To number 8.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth
down. A gain of only a yard.
Boy, that was certainly
down.
well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there.
J.K. Scott
for just a
in
short
punt
gain.
formation.
Now fourth down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check out. That kicks all the way to the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And let's go ahead and keep this one simple. He had one of the most impressive rookie seasons in NFL history. A true dual-threat quarterback. He can beat you a variety of ways. Took his team to the conference championship last season, trying to take them to the Super Bowl in year 2.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line.
Just a short one there. But guess what?
Gain.
Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Throwing now is Daniels. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Get some 9 yards in the first.
First down, Washington.
Hands it off out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
The ball carrier.
Bud Dupree, former first-round pick, in on the stop.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. He'll keep it himself. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down.
Yards. And the Washington first down.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete to Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin.
Touchdown, Washington.
49 yards. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score. Commanders 7.
So that drive spanned
Chargers
5 plays.
nothing.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 of the 46.
The tackle made.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Pickup brings up
now,
second
Brandon,
and 4.
That's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
A run once more with Hampton. Gets around him. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of
10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
First down.
There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He was probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Gets past one man. And he carries this one past the midfield, stripe it into Commander territory.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
Brings up
the success there, Charles,
3.
coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. One of the best of the last decade or so, Bobby Wagner in to bring him down.
Brings up second and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
First carry of the game for Hassan Haskins. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10.
I got him.
They work inside here. Hampton. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on the quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And complete to number 13 in the red zone just inside the 20.
Brings up
a gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. After the run, now Herbert to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
Herbert's pass complete to Will Disley.
And it's second
4
down.
yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
Herbert now. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Keenan
Allen. Just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Herbert. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
Cameron Dicker on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And they are on the board.
Makes the score
7-3.
Chargers
so the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Cameron Dicker to
now
kick
after
off
the
for
Dicker
the
field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
22-yard line.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 on the first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Commanders' first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever.
Taken down right
2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage. No gain on
nice
the play.
Play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
First down, Washington.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Daniel's going to give it up on the touch pass. Great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
It's a loss of a yard.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job of eluding the blocker, making the throw behind the line of scrimmage. An even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game. He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Daniels. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 28.
A gain of 13
yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Off the play fake, Daniels. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
A gain of 13
13-yard
yards.
gain yet again, just like
First
last
down,
play.
Washington.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down in bounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really?
Yeah, that he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not crush.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stops right there.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down
on the play.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And he can't find the receiver, and he's brought down. Caught a loss of 4 on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4 down now.
And it's 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Matt Gay
on 4th down, the Commanders send out Matt Gay to try the field goal.
Attempt.
From the left hash, this from 34. Gay's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
Commanders 10.
So a nice
Chargers
kick there
3.
as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Chargers take
LA
over first
set to take
10
over again on
at
offense.
Their own 26-yard line.
Last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. Up past the 30, second down coming up.
Hampton, the ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole.
It's now second
Ended up
and
only
6.
getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down and 6 now. Now it's Herbert. He'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. Allen's going to have a Chargers first down. He's going to be blocked down at the 38-yard line.
First down.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
At the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this will be incomplete.
Intended for
physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It leads to second and 10.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Tyler Conklin.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
A tight formation here. It's 3rd and 1 yard. Herbert going to keep it on the sneak. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there.
J.K. Scott
on 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Terry McLaurin headed back onto the field. And he's had an early impact on the game, sensational so far, and they'll likely be looking to find more ways to get him involved. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. That's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carrier.
Officially, it's no gain on the play. And it will lead a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming.
Brings up 3rd.
Okay, 2nd and 1, you get nothing. What now on 3rd and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter that they know you're coming. You ought to be able to pick up this short yardage.
At the 21-yard
Only
line.
a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
First down, Washington.
First down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
The 22-yard line.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. This is caught. It's Brown.
Daniels pass.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
A gain of
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Commanders' first down.
Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some big offensive linemen, you often get this result.
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
To Terry McLaurin.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down,
To win any route,
Washington.
you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Daniels looking to throw. And he's got it. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington.
A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
Makes the score. Commanders 17.
As they go 9 plays in all.
3.
And it ends with a Zach Ertz touchdown.
Matt Gay to kick off
After the
for
touchdown,
Washington.
it's Gay to kick this one away. Oh, good move.
Darius Davis
Get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10.
And now out on the
At
field, here comes
22-yard
Los
line.
Angeles. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. In motion right comes Allen. And a quick throw there is incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Herbert. Open man here is Conklin. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
A gain of 9 brings up
on
3rd
down
and 2.
Then he could plow his way to a first down, but they were ready for him defensively and ended up holding him to a modest gain.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Down the sideline he goes. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before
might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Herbert. Allen on the screen. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Complete to Keenan Allen. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 14-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. Herbert, and they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
Taken down back at the 18-yard line.
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your...
And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Recovered by Washington.
So a turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's work done. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And that one broke quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Stuffing him behind the line there. That's Deion Henley. Really nice play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
To the air goes Daniels. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? It's like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be.
Matt Gay on
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try.
A 27-yard attempt.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Commanders
so the fumble recovery haven't set up an
3.
ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Matt Gay
after the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Chargers take over first
readies
and 10
for its next possession.
At their own 29-yard
they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
24 yards.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Taken down.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
3 scores down, not even at halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Herbert. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards.
3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd and 4 now. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster.
First and
Much
goal
like a running
at
back
the
going through
9-yard
the line,
line.
quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On the give, this is Hampton. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
Stop short of the goal
47
line.
yards rushing for him now to this
brings
point.
Up second
That's a
and
great
goal.
run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here? Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers get a bit closer. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. It's up. It's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10.
Makes the score. Commanders 20.
So that drive goes
Chargers
8 plays. 10. And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Washington
look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Looking to put a drive together. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And he's going to handle it on the touch pass. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
The tackle by
Pick up
Derwin
there,
James.
26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Washington.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense, because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Chargers' 40-yard line.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by Bud
loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Throwing now is Daniels. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Derwin James with a hit. And the Chargers are going to get the pick down here at their own 23. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start this drive out in the middle. And he's able to fly forward after about the 29, just shy of the 30.
He's tackled
53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A 6-yard pickup.
If you're in
Brings
the
up
offensive
2nd
huddle,
and
you're
4.
smiling after that play, because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. So nothing doing there.
To Will Disley.
And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
No gain on the play.
Brandon, just mark that
It's
under
now
the category
3rd and
of
4.
just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. The offense on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. In motion, the tight end. Herbert now. And he is caught. Well, he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's a gain of 29.
A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. draw play. Hampton. And dropped at the 35. And able to display some strength on the run.
Brought down at
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a second and 3.
Brings up second
Offensive
and
linemen
3.
love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
Out of the gun, Herbert. This one finds McConkey. And he's going to be touchdown, but he's got the first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Give here to Hampton. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
Hampton, the ball carrier.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5.
Brings up
the defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second and 5. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. A first and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on to the contact. Brings up second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Back to throw. Herbert. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
It's a gain of 5.
As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he gets the first down yards before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts.
First down.
As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now a first and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Herbert. This will be caught just inside the 10.
Herbert's pass.
So the completion good for just 3.
A 3-yard down. Brings up second and 7.
You can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Touchdown! Tyler Conklin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here.
Cameron
Dicker attack on the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17.
Makes the score. Commanders 20.
A pretty long
Chargers
drive that time.
17.
11 plays all told. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. So just 8 kicks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Fights through and now a crease. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The final shot before break. Daniels. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Washington takes over
first chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of 21
yards there, 21 yards.
And the Washington first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Off the edge and getting to the quarterback.
It's second down.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Daniels. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
Daniels pass.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
A gain of
21 yards.
First down, Washington.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
4 yards
Nothing
on the
fancy
pickup.
on first down, but a very consistent type of a play.
At the 29-yard line.
Slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he is into the end zone for Washington.
Touchdown, Washington.
Deebo Samuel, 29 yards. And the Commanders had 6 to their lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
His kick is good.
Extra point by Gain is up and good.
Score.
And these guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chargers 17.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Washington.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10.
Now a look at the Chargers offense.
Line.
They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards picking up the first.
And the Chargers first down.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Taken down at the 43-yard line.
They've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40
yards.
And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From Commanders territory now, it's first and 10, right at the 40. Herbert off of play action. They'll check this one down to Hampton. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
That's another.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Now it's Hampton. And he's going to be met at the scrimmage and taken down.
He was taken down
just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
And Johnston sent in motion. Now it's Herbert. Complete to Johnston here. So the completion good for 6 yards.
To Quentin Johnston.
And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
It's a gain of
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
Another Chargers first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
It's
only
a
yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
And goal.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Hampton will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
He was taken
It'll
down
go
by
as a
Bobby
loss of a
Wagner.
yard, and it'll set up 3rd
The
down.
play lost a yard.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
It's 4th and goal.
And we all know how talented this guy is, who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
Chargers field goal.
From 28 yards out.
28-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. They had it 1st and goal. 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Cameron
so after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, got a good leadership and a good distributor.
The quarterback
he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down there.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd
well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Nowhere to go that time. Need to get the yard after the 25.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Now Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Commander's first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And McLaurin, the motion man right. Daniels looking to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 2. Play action, now it's Daniels. This will be caught once again by Brown.
Daniels pass.
So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that's going to set up
steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. That kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Chargers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The Charger drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. In motion right goes Allen. Herbert, quick pass out wide. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
To Will Disley.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
It's
only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all they needed. First down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
The focus after that run isn't how many yards they gained. It said they gained a 1st down, and they've been running it well all game long.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Short throw to Disley. Herbert to give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it'll be 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. Able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Here's Hampton. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
He's across midfield.
They created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Herbert. He gets this to Hampton. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup
so where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's 2nd and 7. Justin Herbert looking to pass. They'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
Number 8,
brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Here's Herbert. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
For the Chargers field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
Makes this
He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Commanders take over
Commanders'
first
offense, and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead. If they can get points on this drive, 1st and 10 upcoming.
He was brought down by
Bud Dupree fighting through and making the tackle.
But
he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. David Daniels. Of about 6, and now it brings up 6 yards. And now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. To throw is Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. Now it's loose again. And down right around the 37. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
A pickup of 44 yards on the play. first down, Commanders.
After the sack, you could understand him maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish. But he looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive and picked up that first down in the process. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carrier.
The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Brings up second
and we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a quarterback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
In motion left comes Brown. Throwing now is Daniels. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. So the completion gets him just a yard.
It's a gain.
And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Daniels' pass intended for Noah
any
Brown.
pass in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7.
53-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 4-point game.
That keeps the
this is still going to be a one-score game either way, but still that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
The ball carrier.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped in the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Here's Herbert.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Herbert now. That one too wide and incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
No doubt about that one.
He was defended by Frankie Luvu.
He's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
J.K. Scott in punt formation.
As he's on to punt for L.A. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Washington takes over 1st and 10.
The Commanders' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Daniels pass.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 29-yard line.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Going down back at the 28.
He was taken down.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop? First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And this turns into a nice game with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanket his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Terry McLaurin.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
First down, Washington.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Daniels. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air goes Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for Debo Samuel.
Looked like a march to the end zone. Has hit a momentary block with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18.
A gain of 19 yards.
Gain of 19.
And the Commanders' first down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On first down, they'll go to the ground to take. And he'll be stopped at the gain of only a couple down the 15-yard line.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line.
That makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Daniels. He's got Brown on the out route complete.
Daniels pass.
Calling a gain of 40 on the play. And that'll bring us to 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Daniels. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Zach Ertz.
So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him.
Find him for the Washington field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game.
Makes the score.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10.
The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. On play action, they'll throw. Open man here is Conklin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2 yards
on the pickup.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he'll be taken down across the 50 to 45 in enemy territory. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Herbert's pass.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Now it's Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. And he'll get nothing out of that one. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
It's now
Partner,
3rd
when you see a
and
screen
9.
pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Herbert throwing again. Short throw to Disley. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
6 yards.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And they snap it to Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Give him credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Hampton. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down by Bobby
no gain
Wagner.
on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front three, your front four, front five, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
And the Chargers.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy I want to see consistently. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's another Chargers first down.
You better remember that unit a ton of credit for
line.
ripping off such a big gain there, because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Able to elude one tackler, only gets this back to the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at the
It's
line of
rare that a
scrimmage.
man his size
No
can't at
gain
least
on the
push
play.
forward for a
Leads
yard,
to
but they
second
stopped him
and
there for
goal.
nothing.
You're talking
At
about
the
tiny?
5-yard line.
You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding it down for everyone else to help him out.
Harris.
And this is going to result in losing yardage.
A 3-yard
They're
loss
driven
on the
back to
play.
the 8-yard
It's
line.
third and goal.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he's going to go down. Safe at the 13-yard line. A nightmare on third and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So on fourth down,
Cameron
out trots the
Dicker
kicker
on for
in
the
a big
field
spot
goal.
here.
A
From the right
30-yard
hash,
attempt.
and this one just a chipping. And his kick is
kick
good.
is good.
And that'll bring him back within 4.
Makes the score.
So he put together a
Commanders
good little
30.
drive there, but ultimately
Chargers
stalling out in the
26.
red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Cameron Dicker to kick
Here's
off
Dicker
for the
now as he'll
Chargers.
send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Washington will take over first and 10.
The visitors' offense and their
own
quarterback headed
23-yard
out for this
line.
next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Daniels looking to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
A loss of 8
They
yards.
couldn't contain Deshaun
Second
that
down.
time as he gets home for the sack. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Daniels. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Daniels pass.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Taken down.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
24-yard gain on the play.
And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll motion McLaurin left. Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines,
Tackled
we
back
take
at
a
the
break.
46-yard line.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw. Daniels. That's Samuel. Caught left side.
Pass.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout.
A gain of 16 yards.
And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brings up.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And Gay knocks this one
The
through.
kick is good.
And that'll make this a 7-point game.
The score.
So in the end,
33,
they had the ball for 10 plays,
Chargers
but the drive
26.
gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Chargers
Herbert
take
and
over
the
first and
Chargers
10.
down by 7. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. They're out of timeouts. Now they will have the 2-minute warning as they've got it first and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Open man right side, that's McConkey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
McConkey. A gain of 12 yards. And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a first and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Herbert finding Allen. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn into a big game.
At the 44-yard line.
Here comes second down at 5. Herbert to throw. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's first and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Intended for number
Limited
44.
time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Setting up the screen, Harris. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
What can they come up with here? It's 3rd and 7. Now Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively, they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
And incomplete on the deep
Intended
ball.
for Lad McConkey.
That was a big shot for the end zone. You've still got a little bit of time here. You have to expect we'll see another. And remember, no timeouts left. So if you throw it short of the end zone and you're tackled, that's going to be the ball game.
Here's second down. Throwing, Herbert. And swung out wide to Harris.
Herbert's pass complete to Najee Harris. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, The defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Southern California, so long, everybody.
Matt Gay
Seems like
to
we
kick
were
off
just
for
starting
Washington.
training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Dances by him. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Chargers take over.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out.
28-yard line.
And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's Herbert. Allen on the screen. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Chargers first down.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field with his traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick.
At the 46-yard line.
Be decisive and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Herbert now. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly.
Herbert's pass.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Trying to run for it with Hampton. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of a yard.
That's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Back to Hampton on first down. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Chargers first down.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that
31-yard line.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
First down. First and 10
back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Makes it
that was all about the defender making life difficult for the
line.
receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. All the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
A gain of 17
That's good for a
yards.
first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
First down. First and
A
goal
lot of
at the
precision being
4-yard
shown
line.
on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Trey
Down this
Harris.
close to the goal line, first down.
Incomplete.
Surprised that wasn't a run.
Leads to
I am,
second
and you know I'm
goal.
old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. To the air again, Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown. Tyler Conklin from 3 yards out. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. Just how they wanted to start this one, in the end zone on their first possession.
And that just happened. How about that play
Cameron
right there?
Dicker
As
for
you
the
said,
extra
opening
point.
possession, setting the tone for everything. And I'm going to look forward a little bit now because everyone should be celebrating his catch in the end zone.
Good.
The tight end gets a little bit of love.
Makes the
But if you're
score.
a receiver on the
Chargers
team,
7.
you should be thinking
Commanders
to yourself, boy,
nothing.
oh boy, things are going to open up the rest of the game if they have to focus on him as well.
Cameron Dicker
So
to kick
after the
off for the
touchdown,
Chargers.
here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Deebo Samuel on the return.
So out comes the
Commanders
Washington
take over
offense
first
onto
and
the field.
10 at their
And
own
they will be led out
24-yard
by their
line.
signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Dante Jackson
No
on the
gain there
tackle.
as he kept it himself at
No
second
gain on
down.
the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing now is Daniels. Throwing quickly there, but it's
Daniels
incomplete.
pass. Intended
Charles
for
already
Zach
trailing
Ertz.
by a touchdown
Incomplete.
early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he goes
Complete to
out of
number
bounds
86,
just shy of the
Zach
45.
Ertz. It's a gain
Nice
of
third
20.
down conversion and
the
even
Washington
20
first
yards.
down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of
Taken
scrimmage.
down back at the 42.
Tui Pelotu, he got in there and met him behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Play action, now it's Daniels. Open man is Noah Brown.
Daniels
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
Here's Daniels. And taking it across midfield and just short of the 50. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
And the Commanders' first down.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on third down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off, and picks up the first down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down inside the 40.
Merritt, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 7. To throw is Daniels. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
First down, Commanders.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. To the air goes Daniels. A throw left side caught here by the tight end Bates.
Daniels pass.
This will leave him a yard short.
To John
nice
Bates.
pickup of 9 yards on first
down. It's a gain
down.
of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Chargers' 12-yard line.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Ball carrier. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown run. And the Commanders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
And there's an offense that didn't panic after getting down early, and with good reason. No better way to silence a home crowd than with a nice, long, sustained drive. And they were able to put one together here and finish with the touchdown run.
Extra point by Gay is up and good.
That ties the game
are tied at 7.
7.
A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Pass. Complete
so 5 yards here, 5 on the play.
It's a gain of 5.
And that will bring up second down.
2nd and 5.
Got to give credit
at
where it's due.
Line.
Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
For
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Work in the middle of the field, and he's getting it complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Intended for
I can assure you, setting up the screen is much more difficult than it appears.
Brings up a third
it requires
down
excellent
and
timing
10
from
yards
everyone
to
on the
go.
offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
By Javon Kimball.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
4th down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
J.K.
Here's
Scott
J.K.
in punt
Scott
formation.
set to do the punting honors.
Washington
The Commanders
takes
going to
over
retake
1st
the
and
field
10
for drive number
at their
2.
own 20-yard line.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now Daniels. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Got him in, it's Brown.
Daniels
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 41-yard line.
And from the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Hands it off out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
The tackle
Give him
made at the
16 yards
44-yard
there,
line.
and it's a Washington
A gain
first
of
down.
16 yards. First down, Washington.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
So the completion good for 7 there.
At the 37-yard
And that'll bring
line.
up second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Daniels looking to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit. Just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a
first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Yards. And the Washington first down.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
They go play action. Daniels. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a
on the scramble.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Second and 5.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he is into the end zone for Washington. Touchdown. Jaden Daniels, a 23-yard run. And Washington has taken the lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off, too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points.
Makes the
Extra
score.
point by Gay is
14.
up and good.
Chargers
and that makes
7.
the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Well, they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That pressure is in the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Daniels.
They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure,
second down.
and it's 2nd down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Daniels. And he finds his tight end. It's Daniels. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of
yard gain on the play.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football, and getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. And he's going to have a Commandos first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
An 8-yard pickup.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
Just
a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Daniels. Forced out to his left. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
On the scramble.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Washington.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on the passing downs.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He was
through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. And McLaurin, the motion man right. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown,
Noah
Washington.
Brown from 3 yards out. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
His
extra point by Gay is up and good.
Makes the
and
score.
It's now 21-7.
21. Chargers 7. Matt Gay to
following
kick
the touchdown. Here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Chargers take
the
over
LA
first
offense
and 10
ready for this next
at their
possession.
31-yard line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
At the 36-yard line.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Herbert, quick pass out wide. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A gain of 6.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone.
First and
made
10
sure the
at the
quarterback saw it.
42-yard line.
Was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's Herbert. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. Touchdown! McConkey, 57 yards. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Dicker for
Extra
the
point
extra
try
point.
now from Dicker. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Makes the score. Commanders
Scoring
21.
Three-play
Chargers
drive.
14.
And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more.
26-yard
And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
2nd and 5. Back to throw. Daniels. That's number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Commanders.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter. This to McLaurin out on the left side.
Daniels,
so that'll be no better than an incompletion.
17,
and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of buying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
It's third down, and 10 yards to go.
Back to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Washington.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Off the play fake, Daniels. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
Daniels,
and he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Good short route right there. They're going to line him up out to the right. And since this is man coverage, his goal, find a way to get the defender to turn his hips. He's able to do so right there, and they get a connection for a first down.
On first first down, they'll go to the ground attacks. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Brought down.
Great effort by Derwin James on the stop.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Throwing now is Daniels. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And it's third down.
And 14.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Going for it all. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's now.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
A 44-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good.
The kick
and
is
the lead
good.
works its way up to 10, 24-14.
Commanders 24.
So that one on
Chargers,
target, and
14.
it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Davis on the return.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
At their own 24-yard line.
They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And the Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you're going to see out of your backs.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on.
Brings
Third
up
down.
3rd down and 10.
Some might say that he's got to look that in and absorb the contact, but even at his size, that's a tough throw to hold on to. And he was unable to on that attempt.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Herbert. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Keenan Allen.
So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now finally got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
The Commanders take
Washington
over
offense set to take over
at their own 20-yard line.
They're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Brought down at the 23-yard
short
line.
gain on that one.
It's
and
a
it almost
pickup
felt
of 3.
like on that first
Brings
run,
up second
they're
and
trying to just
7.
throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he gets this up past the 30.
He's brought down at the 31. An 8-yard pickup. And a Washington first down.
Offensive linemen are famous for doing their job no matter who's carrying the ball. But when they have the confidence that the person carrying it can break off big-time runs, it makes them block just a little bit harder.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Down behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 30-yard line.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
Daniels pass. Complete to Noah Brown. A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Daniels going to try to sneak. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
It's no accident they've been moving the ball well all game long. This offensive line has done an excellent job adapting to everything the defense is throwing at them and creating holes for their runners.
On a first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line.
You know what really fires up
it's
offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Tui Palatu. This would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Daniels. That is caught. He gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Is the pickup there for number
and
17.
The Commander's first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for Terry
That's where you're
McLaurin.
counting on a receiver's size being an advantage.
It leads
they
to
were hoping he
2nd
could go
and
to the
10.
top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Here's Daniels. Caught by the tight end Ertz.
Daniels pass.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line.
A gain of 15.
It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Win the rep. Let's go right here.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he went nowhere. Off and backwards, back to the 33.
Tackled back at
That's
the 33-yard line.
going to go into a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
3rd down.
To throw is Daniels. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
39-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Defense.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
In motion right, Debo. And he'll give him the touch pass. And he is into the end zone for the Commanders' touchdown. Debo Samuel from 10 yards out. And the Commanders are able to add on to that lead. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he has hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you can get the baton.
Commanders
extra
31.
Point by Gay is up and good.
14.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to his running back, Hampton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
First down.
Well, they showed him 5 receivers set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the quarterback to process both pre- and post-snap, but he was able to find his man, and it turns into a big play.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. first down. It's Hampton. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
And Johnston sent in motion. Herbert now. Passing to the left finds Johnston. And we're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35.
13 yards.
The Chargers
on the
passing
play.
game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Lucky tight end, watch the tight end, tight end on, tight end on.
Now it's Herbert. His throw incomplete.
Intended for Ladd McConkey. Incomplete. He was defended by Frankie Louvu.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Brings
4
up
yards
third
the gain, and it'll
6.
bring up a third down.
Ringo.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Working the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They get another
16
first.
yards. That's another Chargers first down.
And a
First
nice
and
job
10
by the
at
two
the
of them to not
15-yard
only
line.
connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Javon Kinlaw on the big D tackle there to bring him down.
Pickup. Brings
Well,
up
they certainly had
second
success
and
throwing
7.
the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Looking middle, and it's complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
A gain of
As the
9
clock will
yards.
stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
First down.
I think that's a big pickup
First
for a
and
first
goal
down,
at the
because when you
3-yard
run a
line.
drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Hampton going to try to punch it in. So Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
A loss of
As
3.
they get the stoppage
Brings
with a
up
little over
second
50
and
seconds to go
at the
in the
6-yard
first half.
line.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Touchdown, Chargers! Ladd McConkey. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers get a late score here, the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the
Cameron
second
Dicker
quarter strong.
for the
A little bit of
extra
time
point.
left. Extra point up is good by Dicker. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Commanders 31.
So
Chargers
that one a pretty
21.
time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Commanders back out late in this first half.
At their own
Already
24-yard
enjoying
line.
a two-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Play action, now it's Daniels. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
A loss of 5 yards.
Deshaun Hand.
It's second down.
The defensive tackle getting in there for a loss of 5.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. The final shot before break. Daniels. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So halftime here out west, let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hanson with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hanson here on the 5th floor studios. A little abridged version of the halftime report here, as both defensive coordinators might be having speaks with their players. That begs the question, can any defense get a stop in the second half? To find out, let's go back out to the stadium and join our commentary team, Brandon Godden
All right,
and
Scott,
Charles
great
Davis.
work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he returns this to the 22. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter.
22-yard line.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
He'll get 8 on the keeper. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
Second and a couple. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
2 yards on the play. First down, Washington.
From the gun, he'll hand this off to about the 35, second down.
The ball carrier brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
From the 35, here's second down at 7. To the air goes Daniels. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
It's a gain of 20.
That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Daniels looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin.
Touchdown, Washington.
45 yards. And the Commanders are able to stretch out their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Extra point by Gay is up and good.
Makes this
that'll make this a three-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Chargers 21. Matt Gay to kick
Following
off
the
for
touchdown,
Washington.
here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Chargers take over first and 10.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, first and 10 at their own 27. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Tyler Conklin, incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Second and 10 now from the 27. They'll work inside here, Hampton. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Percy Butler.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with third and 11.
Brings
you got to
up
figure the further they fall behind,
11.
the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Quentin Johnston.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Here's J.K. Scott
in punt
now
formation.
as he's on to punt for L.A.
The Commanders take over first.